Jai Hind. Today we are discussing about the bronchitis. This is one of the most common cause of chronic sputum formation and chronic cough. Now you look at this film. This film shows bilateral lower zone multiple radiolution, variable size and shape density with some region show the airflow level. This is the X-ray of the bronchitis. Now the definition of the bronchitis. The bronchitis is defined as a abnormal and permanent dilatation of the medium or large side bronchi. Now the mechanism of the bronchitis. Common factor responsible for it are as below. One is a bronchial obstruction. Second, impairment of mucociliary clearance and persistent inflammation. The infection in the bronchi is present. It recruits the inflammatory cell. They release the cytokine and chemokine. They are responsible for the damage and destruction of the epithelial, elastic tissue and muscle fiber of the bronchial wall. Now the mucus clearance is more important. Any liquid or foreign material in the bronchi, they are removed from the lower respiratory tract to the throat by the mucus clearance mechanism. When it is impaired mostly in the infection, then mucoclearance mechanism is impaired. So there is a stagnation of the mucus. When there is a stagnation, and it lead to the obstruction. When there is a obstruction, it favors the colonization of the pathogen organism. When the organisms are present, they cause infection and lead to the persistent inflammation. This vicious cycle. One is a mucociliary clearance is impaired, formation by mucus, stagnation, obstruction, and infection. Repeatedly damage to the wall. Lastly, disturb the wall of the bronchi. In some degree of fibrosis causing outward traction of the bronchial wall, modeling the interstitial pulmonary fibrosis. Now, causes of the bronchitis. One is a acquired cause, and second is a congenital, means since from birth. In the acquired causes, infection is the most common. Now the infection is in the form of the necrotizing pneumonia, mostly by the staphylococcal aureus, and second is a Klebsiella. Third is a tuberculosis infection. When the immunity go down, non-TB infection is also common, such as a Mycobacterium avium complex. Fungus is also common. One is a aspergillosis, second is histoplasmosis. And sometime post-operative period, patient is not able to produce effective cough due to the pain. So there is a retention of the mucus and infection, and sometimes it produces the bronchitis. Foreign body aspiration in the form of the peanut or teeth are common during the mental status altered. And second is a bronchial tumor. Intraluminal is a bronchial polyp or bronchial adenoma. Intramural it is a enterobronchial TB stricture. When there is a stricture of the bronchi, drainage is impaired. It due to the obstruction and colonization of the positive organism. Extramural outside the bronchi. A compression by the hilar node involved by the carcinoma of the bronchus. Involvement of the hilar in the case of the tubal lesion or sarcoidosis or fungal, or secondary lesion from remote site may involve the hilar node, or sometimes involved in the lymphoma. Now we discuss the congenital causes. It occurs from very beginning. We can't diagnose in early life of the early life. The common cause of congenital etiology are primary ciliary dyskinesia, a defect in the bronchial cartilage, alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, and cystic fibrosis. Now the primary ciliary dyskinesia, it is called immotile cilia syndrome. In this group, commonly one is a cartilaginous syndrome and second is a Young syndrome. In the cartilaginous syndrome, patient has effect in the ciliary movement. Patient has sinusitis, situs inversus, and bronchitis. If you take chest X-ray, you will find the heart is on the right side, and patient has a chronic sinusitis. In the case of the Young syndrome, patient has infertility due to the obstructive azoospermia and bronchitis. Now the defect in the bronchial cartilage. Bronchial cartilage is more important to make the patency of the bronchi and as well as trachea during the expiratory phase. William Campbell syndrome and Munyer-Cohn syndrome, bronchial cartilage is already defective. So Muller mucociliary clearance mechanism will disturb, more stagnation, obstruction, and repeated infection lead to the bronchitis. One, there is a defect in the alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency. Antitrypsin is more important to prevent the destruction of the elastic tissue of the lung. It causes emphysema. The emphysema primarily occur due to the smoking, but one emphysema develop in the young age without history of the smoking, and sibling is also affected with the same disease, then we may think patient has defect of alpha 1 antitrypsin. And cystic fibrosis, it is a genetically transmitted disease, most common in the Europe and America. Next, it occurs in the autoimmune disease. One is the rheumatoid arthritis, systemic lupus erythematosus, and Sjögren syndrome. It may occur in the post-radiation therapy. One patient has carcinoma and treated with the chemotherapy and radiation cause fibrosis, and they produce traction bronchiectasis, yellow nail syndrome. In this, patient has a limb edema, yellow nail effusion and bronchiectasis. Now, symptom and sign. In the case of the bronchiectasis, patient is having chronic cough and sputum production. The sputum production is large in amount, thick, tenacious, recurrently change the color, means it is yellow due to the secondary infection. When the lesion is extensive, patient feel shortness of breath and recurrent hemoptysis. It may be massive. The hemoptysis is from the systemic circulation. Now the clinical sign. Same site post respiration, patient treated with the antibiotic, patient feel better. Later, patient come with the same symptom, X-ray taken, lesion at the same site, and clinical sign, crepidation at the same site compared to the previous record, and on we will find the clubbing. Now, diagnosis of the bronchiectasis is very easy by the history and with the chest radiogram. History is the month or year. In the history is chronic cough and sputum production in large volume and frequently purulent in nature. Then you may think bronchiectasis. And persistent or recurrent crepidation at the same site. On chest X-ray, we will find the finding of the bronchiectasis. You do the routine investigation, WBC count, total count, and differential count. When there is a secondary infection, patient has increased WBC count and with polymer predominant. Sputum examination is also important. Gram stain and culture for the pyogenic organism. TB is also common for bronchitis, so you should advise sputum for acid pass bacilli and bronchial obstruction secondary malignancy. So the sputum cytology is also important. And when you think the other etiology, once you suspect ABPA, you advise total serum IgE and specific IgE to the aspergillosis, HIV testing, immunoglobulin level, sweet chloride test for cystic fibrosis, and pulmonary function spirometry documented at baseline and monitoring for the progress of the disease in follow-up period. Now the PFT, spirometry abnormality, extent of the disease with other lung disease. Spirometry give the obstructive pattern in the moderate or severe disease, but it may be normal in the early stage. Now the obstructive pattern, the ratio of the FEV1 and FVC is go down. Decrease in the FEV1 is more than decrease in the FVC, and if you do the body plethysmography, or you will see the residual volume, total lung capacity, and residual volume and TLC ratio. Or in the later stage, it is a mixed pattern. In the mixed pattern, ratio is go down, FEV1 go down, and FVC also go down. Then you suspect mixed pattern. Now the type of bronchitis. There are three types of the bronchitis. One is a cystic, second is a very cold, and third is a cylindrical. Cylindrical bronchitis is commonest form. In this form, on CT or X-ray, you may see the dilated bronchi which have uniform diameter. In the parallel shadow, in the tramline shadow, it is called tramline sign. And lack of bronchial tapering, when the bronchi from upper to go, it is smaller in size. But in the case of the bronchitis, you will see the same size bronchi in the chest. In this X-ray, in the normal, the diameter is decreasing with go to downside. Now in the cylindrical form, the diaphragm of large bronchi and small bronchi are similarly equal. Now in the varicose, there is a beaded-shaped appearance. This is also common in the cystic. Here, multiple in the cluster of the grapes. This is the common in the later stage. Now the site of bronchitis by which we can suspect underlying etiology when the bronchiectasis is in the upper lobe. The causes are cystic fibrosis, silicosis, sarcoidosis, and post-radiation fibrosis. Now the bronchiectasis in the middle lobe. Common etiology is Mycobacterium avium complex. When it is in the lower zone or lower lobe, mostly infection and secondary idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. Now the radiological finding. Commonly we advise a chest X-ray. The chest X-ray in the early stage of the bronchiectasis, it may be normal, or when there is infection or obstruction leading with the atelectatic changes. Now the advanced stage of bronchiectasis, we will see the cluster of radiolucent ring-like shadow varying in size and shape in the grapes-like shadow at involving site. There is a bronchial wall dilatation and bronchial wall thickening in the tram-line shadow line of the railway track. In this X-ray, we will see the radiolucent of variable size and shape surrounded by the radio dense each wall. Some lesion is showing at to level. They are infected lesion. Now the CT thorax is more sensitive than the X-ray chest. CT thorax is diagnostic test for bronchiectasis. In the CT finding, one is a end-on ring. You will see the radiolucent hole and surrounded by the radiolucent appear as a hole in the chest. Tram line, dilatation of bronchi and thickening of the wall. Thickening of the wall is a railway track shadow. Bronchial dilatation, internal diameter of the bronchi is 1.5 times of the adjacent artery. Normally, bronchi is less in diameter compared to the adjacent artery. In the case of the bronchiectasis, bronchial dilatation is appear greater than adjacent artery. Artery is having blood, it appear as a diamond of the ring. The ring is due to the bronchi. And second sign is a tree in bird. It is multiple centilobular with linear branching pattern. Tree invert is the infection in the alveoli. When there is a stagnation of the mucus in the bronchi, it gives finger in low appearance, and you will see the bronchi shadow up to the periphery of the lung. In a crowded bronchial marking extending to the peripheral, normally not extended in peripheral area. 1 centimeter of costal margin, we can see the ear bronchogram. The lack of the bronchial tapering, and it suggests bronchial distribution. In this CT shows multiple rounded variable size and shape radiolucent lesion on the right lung field. This is the CT finding of the bronchiectasis. Now the complication. There is a recurrent infection lead to the pneumonia. Sometimes it causes hemoptysis. This is the life-threatening hemoptysis due to it originates from the systemic circulation. Recurrent infection, pneumonia. In pneumonia, lung abscess may also common. Pneumonia and lung abscess extend to the pleura, lead to the pleural effusion. It causes metastatic abscess in the brain or other remote site. The extensive lesion may lead to the cor pulmonale. Cor pulmonale is hypertrophy or dilatation of the right ventricle by primarily pulmonary disorder. Now the differential diagnosis of the bronchiectasis. One is a COPD, second is a pulmonary TB, post nature deep idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, congestive cardiac failure, underlying obstructive lesion such as a carcinoma bronchus. In the COPD, patient has a chronic cough with persistent shortness of breath, which is worse over time. COPD patient has no clubbing, and confirmed by the spirometry. Pulmonary TB history similar to the bronchiectasis, but sputum is positive for acid fast bacilli, and typical history. Post nasal deep, patient has chronic sinusitis and chronic cough mostly at the night time. In the IPF, patient has a chronic cough for long duration. It is dry in nature. Patient develop shortness of breath gradually, and you may find clubbing in few cases. Confirmed by the CT pulmonary function test and history. Now the treatment. There is no cure by the giving treatment. The treatment include the control of the infection and reduce the inflammation, bronchial hygiene, posture, drainage, treatment of the underlying causes, and treatment of the exacerbation and complication, or in few cases you may advise surgical mode. Now the control of infection and reduce the inflammation. Recurrent infection, persistent inflammation play the major role in bronchiectasis. So, to reduce inflammation and control the infection with antibiotic. Now, exacerbation in the short period due to the sputum culture, DST report and treatment as DST guided. Sputum examination help diagnosis or other etiology. Use suspect non-TB Mycobacterium avium complex when no response with proper antibiotic. Now the bronchial hygiene means to clear the bronchial system, bronchial tree by the gravitatory force. When the bronchiectasis in the lower lobe, the lower lobe is remain at the higher level than the head. This is more important. Bronchial hygiene is not proper or poor. Bronchial is collecting mucus, stagnation, secondary infection, and vicious cycle. Impairment of the mucus clearance and over sputum production is the main feature of disease. So are and also are difficult to control. Now the bronchial hygiene, proper position to dislodge the sputum collected in the involved part. Earlobe position. It should be 1 foot lower than the affected part. It should be performed before meal or 2 to 3 hours after meal. Patient is advised direct cupping or forceful aspiration, so it can remove the collected sputum in the lower respiratory tract. During the position, you do chest percussion or mechanical vibration with the help of device. Proper hydration is important. It liquefies the sputum and easily remove from the side. Modification with the normal saline. And you may give the mucolytic and bronchodilator medication. It enhances the mucus clearance. Now the treatment of the underlying causes. Once you suspect the EBPA, you give the steroid and antifungal itaconazole. Once you suspect TB, and you should treat the patient with anti-TB treatment. In the case of the rheumatoid arthritis, they treated with the analgesic, steroid, and immunosuppressive medication. Once in the immunodeficiency, treated with the immunoglobulin therapy. In the alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, treatment with the trypsin therapy. Now the prevention of the exacerbation. The common cause of exacerbation is bacterial infection. When patient is having large amount compared to the previous days, or color of the sputum is change and feeling of the fever, then you suspect exacerbation. You advise sputum gram stain and culture DST. By this you can give the appropriate antibiotic for common pathogen. Common pathogen in the bronchitis exacerbation are Staphylococcus, Staphylococcus, H. influenza, and Pseudomonas. Initially, you give the broadcast antibiotic after culture, DST report, guided therapy, or you advise vaccination. One is a pneumococcal and second is a influenza. Influenza vaccine is given yearly, pneumococcal every 5 years. Now the treatment of the complication. In the case of the massive hemoptysis, we advise arterial embolization, and sometimes we advise surgery. Surgery is indicated when recurrent hemoptysis and when the lesion is focal, unilateral, then we can advise surgery. When the lesion is bilateral and diffuse, surgery is not advisable. Surgery reduce the symptom in the form of decrease the sputum production and decrease the rate of exacerbation and recurrent hemoptysis episode. Thank you.